Have you missed normal? In March, our routines, schedules, and any semblance of normalcy were thrown out the window. We stayed inside, we canceled our plans, we wore masks, and we only ventured out to get the essentials. At Southside, we traded in face-to-face fellowship for digital services and Zoom meetings. And despite our best efforts, one thing became very clear: any digital version of a church gathering was a poor substitute for what happens when God's people physically meet together. I'm sure you'll agree that you receive an extra blessing when you worship alongside other believers in our sanctuary, or when you experience an aspect of the faith alongside those in your Sunday school class, your small group. You can encourage a fellow believer when you hear the tone of worry in their voice, or you can come alongside those who are struggling. Good things happen when God's people come together. We will resume our Wednesday programs on September 9th for all ages. And this is not an effort to force our way back to normal, but because God's people need to do what God has called us to do in Hebrews 10:25. Meet together and encourage one another. When we reopened for the first time in May, there were a handful of adults who expressed that we should not be meeting. My Christian brothers and sisters, please understand that everyone's life situation is different. Some people have had little to no interaction for a long time with others. And then there are some who have struggled with the mental health issues that have accompanied isolation and loneliness. The statistics tell us that depression and divorce have increased during this time. Educators have worried about child abuse in some homes. The psychological distress is real. I've heard it from you. And as your pastor, I'm grieved and concerned. As we reopen, we will do so with compassion, with consideration, with intention, understanding that some people need to gather together once again. And if you're not ready to return to this fellowship, we will be here when you are ready. There's not going to be one day when suddenly the government announces everything's okay, everyone go back to normal. No, scientists tell us it'll be 1 to 3 years before the virus is completely eradicated. Some of our folks, they can't wait that long, especially those who live alone. They need to meet. The Lord has blessed us in that we have had very few COVID cases in our church family. We will continue to take every precaution in our church building to make sure that our church family is as protected as possible as we gather. Your church staff can't wait to see you